Colts Nation, what is up? Welcome to the 9th episode of the Toss and Horseshoe podcast. You got me, Van Kemp, cousin Hayden, talking ball today, man. So we're doing a live stream. Hopefully we can get some people tuned in here and get the chats going. But big week for the Colts. Big news coming out of the Colts side.
Bad week for the Colts. Big news, bad week. Not a big week.
Big news, bad week. I will agree with that, man.
What's your take on how that happened? How do you think that happened?
What you think? What?
How do you think that conversation went down? No. How do you think that conversation for that QB1 went down?
I think Jim Irsay walked out silent of Tennessee, came in, watched some film. Maybe he watched film, but I think Chris and Frank went right into the office, watched some film, tuned in, and they kind of slept on it. And I think good old Jim Irsay came in there the next day and said, "You need to get stuff done. You're either gone."
So you think it's from the top?
Oh, it's got to be from the top, man. You got a guy that you owe minimum 16 million next year, and you're telling me that they're going to bench him after week 7 at a 3-1 record.
Nah, this is how it went through.
Come on,
Matt Ryan. I texted you and your dad. Remember, I was like, he hurt his shoulder, whatever. I think I texted that. I definitely.
Yeah.
So, and Jim Irsay came out with a tweet last week talking about Matt Ryan's leadership's up there with Peyton Manning's. So he's not going to throw him to the curb because everybody knows he's a good leader. Matt Ryan was promised a running back and an offensive line and a good defense. He doesn't have not a one of those things.
Not one of those. The close thing is the defense. But
he got hurt. He's 37 years old. He hurt his shoulder and said, "Fuck this. I want out."
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, Andrew Luck did the same thing. Yep, I'm out. Andrew Luck did the same thing. He's like, I'm getting my ass kicked every week.
Andrew Luck.
What the hell I need to do, man?
Andrew Luck was a girl. Andrew Luck was a little girl. And now he looks like a little nerd. Andrew Luck was no. I
love me some Andrew Luck, Hayden. You better be careful with that. Colts Nation ain't gonna believe it.
We got blown out by the Patriots, and he decided to play deflated footballs. So
I mean, I agree with that though, right? We promised him a whole lot. Hey, guaranteed 2 years. Obviously, we had faith. All right, this guy. I mean, Jim Irsay at the beginning of the year said he could, be 3 to 4 year solution for the Colts. But
I mean, when you have a line like Tom Brady, you don't get touched. Anybody can be back there.
I mean, but that's the thing, though. A lot of promises coming in the season, as we know, and it's really just showing. Obviously, I think it's fire Frank at this point. To be honest, I'm on board now. So, I mean, what ultimately you think? All the promises and stuff with Matt Ryan last to leave the locker room and all those tweets that came out yesterday. It's like, okay, so 1, 2, strain 2 or whatever, grade 2 shoulder strain. Was it his throwing arm? I can't remember. I think it was his throwing arm.
I thought it looked like it was. Either way, doesn't matter. It don't matter. Both mine are torn, and I'm still in the gym getting after it. I don't get ripped, dude.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. You get paid 16. You better put a Toradol shot in your shoulder and get back on that field.
Yeah.
Plus Sam Ellinger's first pass, like you said last year, second pass was a pick 6 by Ramsey.
It was almost a pick. Yeah, I think Ramsey literally the first play was like, I'm gonna get him next play if he does it again, and turns out he picked it off. So, I mean, it's gonna be rough, right? But do you ultimately think it's Frank? Frank coming in like, hey, let me try to.
I don't care if it is.
I
hope everything bad is Frank's fault.
Everything bad.
I really hope Matt Ryan went and said, "Hey, y'all got to get me out. I'm breaking." He's like that little worm in SpongeBob in the wheelchair. They don't move out. You know what I'm talking about? No?
Yeah. The worm, the chocolate?
Nah, the old one that sits in the wheelchair at the bus stop all day. Your brother, if he's watching this, definitely knows what I'm talking about. But if Matt Ryan just was like, dude, I'm getting hit. He has, I think he has tied or had the most fumbles. That was then tied for the most interceptions after last week. Mm-hmm. We throw the ball second most in the league. We run it second to last in the league. And
the best running back in the league.
Was the best running back.
Was. I will agree.
Not a bad game. Not a bad game. And I don't know how many times Matt Ryan's been sacked, but it can't be much less than 100.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's getting his ass kicked, man. That's what he's doing.
What happened to Nick Foles?
I was talking about Pops about that. I tried to find some stuff on Twitter, and I haven't heard jack ever since he was not showing up to the revival game in Jacksonville when we won 2 weeks ago. He wasn't even on the bus to that game, so I haven't heard much of him at all since then. So I don't know if that's necessarily he's not even in the locker room. I mean, how's this going to work? Is it going to be Sam Ehlinger, Nick Foles, Matt Ryan? I mean, if Sam
Ryan can throw.
Hey, he'll get somebody in there, right? We at least got run the Wildcat the whole time.
It's not hell no. We don't have the personnel for that. It's not even that, man. We don't have an offensive line.
Yeah, I think that's obviously the biggest struggle, right? I mean, I like obviously you got Ryan Kelly. He's been mediocre all year. Quentin Nelson got a big contract.
I don't even know anybody besides Quentin Nelson, to be honest with you. They've changed him so much. I don't know who Quentin Nelson is.
Yes, I mean you got Ryan Kelly, right? He's a standout guy. Like he was part of that regime, when we were the number one.
Whatever happened to him? He got traded.
He's gone. He got traded. But you got Dennis Kelly, right? We brought him in. I like Dennis Kelly. Big boy. Keep him on the left side. But outside of that, we're struggling. We're struggling the offensive line. Who the hell's going to come? What are we going to do?
Just named 3 out of the 5 linemen, and Matt Ryan's been hit almost every play. So one of those people that you like sucks. Yeah. So we need whatever happened to the dude that came from Oakland? Who's the guy that the massive lineman?
Big guy that came from Oakland.
I want to say he came from Oakland. Oakland picked him up, but he was like one of the Armstead, maybe. He was one of the biggest free agent linemen this offseason, and the Colts were like, we're good, dude. We just lost Eric.
I can't. And there's your Chris Ballard conversation right there as well. That's him. I mean,
yeah, but Chris Ballard put all of his eggs into a quarterback. I can't blame him for that because Carson Wentz.
2 quarterbacks. What are you talking about? He's put all his eggs in 2 quarterbacks.
No, I mean,
Carson Wentz and Matt Ryan. We haven't drafted nobody.
We needed that horribly though. Like Carson Wentz, that was just I think that was Frank Reich pulling strings, saying, "Hey, the Philly's going to cut him. I had him in Philly. We went to the Super Bowl. Yada yada yada, whatever." Frank Reich had a Super Bowl ring with Philly, right? Okay.
Yeah. Nick Foles won the.
Yeah, sure.
He went out with the
But Carson still went like 11-4, 11-12, 13-3, whatever they went his rookie year. And so that was a Frank Reich pool. Phillip Rivers, who gives a shit? That worked out better than all these have. But Matt Ryan still had some juice, but I mean, his his time is done, dude.
But the rest is done. But do you think while we're on Matt Ryan, do you think if we go this whole season, all right, Sam Ehlinger stays healthy, plays throughout the season, whether we're 3 and whatever, 3-15 or 3-14-1, whatever it'll be. You think if we're kind of on the tank mode, we're on tank, do you think that Matt Ryan will leave after the season, retire? With $16 million guaranteed next year.
If he gets it, he gets 16 this year too, doesn't he, or something like that?
Yeah, he already gets 16. So he's like, all right, I get my bag. All right, what do I do next year? They did right by me. They did wrong by me, but they also said, we're going to bench you, man. You're getting your tail whooped. We're going to put Sam Ehlinger in.
For us, let's hope Chris Ballard can pull some strength. Chris Ballard pulled off a hell of a trade to get rid of Carson Wentz, right? Let's give him credit for that. Yeah. Hell of a trade. We saved so much money. Now we invested it in a skeleton.
Yep.
But I'm sure he'll pull some sort of strings Matt Ryan, again, being hurt at 37, it's not the same as Tom Brady going in at 40-something. It's just not. Mm-hmm. Boy, you better get down.
No, he's not. But it comes down to it. Is Ballard going to stay in? If we fire Frank, if we fire Frank and we go through this whole nother carousel of hiring a coach, and look at Josh McDaniels. We almost signed him. He was in the building, and look at him in Las Vegas. How's his quality in terms of head coaches?
Josh McDaniels didn't do too bad in Denver.
But still, it's just like. Frank Reich's going to be gone after this year. I'm almost 100%.
Frank Reich, if you're going to get a new quarterback, get a new coach while you're at it.
Yeah.
That's
where I'm at. I want to draft. Let's get up. Either we tank. I hate tanking because it brings me back to Curtis Painter years. It's like, oh my gosh, what do we do? And I just can't handle a tanking season. But if we go and draft a franchise quarterback, we go draft our guy, like, let's do it. Let's get rid of him. Get new coaching.
I like Hendon Hooker from Tennessee. I got money on him to win the Heisman if he wins out.
Yeah. So, hey, Super Alien here. Remember, Frank was not Ballard's first choice. Yes, he was not, right? And that's what it comes down to. I mean, who else did he interviewed? Dan Campbell. He interviewed a number of head coaches.
We talked about this before. Stay in the system. Stop letting good – college does the same thing unless you're under the Nick Saban hierarchy. Most colleges, once one goes, they have an interim. Like the interim will be the OC, the DC, something, and then it works.
That's where I'm at as well, man. Like, hey, what if we bring in Bubba? Special teams, interim head coach. Fire Frank. Get in the interim head coach. Bring in Bubba.
Special teams coach to be there.
Bring him in. He's a dog. I like it. Hey, he's bringing energy, man. What other opportunity do we have? Come on. I mean, really, if you think about it. Hey, shout out Pat McGovern. Big dog. Keep killing it. We vibing out here. Hey, G-Man. He's a Giants fan, so sheesh. Balling this year.
I just hope they beat Philly. That's all I care about.
Have his interviews. List became head coach somewhere else. Exactly. Look, Dan Campbell, Josh McDaniels, right? I mean, Sirianni. We should have kept Sirianni. I mean, look at him in the Eagles right now. It's like, okay, what's the? I mean, pick your poison, right?
It's should have fired Frank last year. I mean, I just. Yeah, you can start a Frank, you can start a Chris. You got blame Jim Irsay all you want. We can go top to bottom, however we want it. Doesn't matter. The point being is that we don't have an identity. We don't know what we're doing. We know what almost won us games last year, and we don't do it anymore. I don't know what the purpose of it is. Matt Ryan obviously isn't calling pass plays all the time. That's coming from Frank. And so, in my personal opinion, I'm not opposed to keeping Matt Ryan. I had no problem keeping him. I don't care if we pay him. Keep him as a backup. If Ellinger has a decent year, keep him, build him. Let Matt Ryan be his mentor, right? I have no problem doing that. Who gives a shit? Frank has to go. The style of the NFL is changing just like it is in college football. Yes, it's not going to the option and wildcat like college football is. However, it's more high speed. You have to be able to sling the football, and quarterbacks have to be dual threat, not of a Lamar Jackson caliber, but of maybe an Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, that type of caliber. Right?
Exactly.
Completely different. You know what I mean? So, dude, it's I mean, we're going to find out, right? Because was it Taylor Heineke? He did not look bad, and Carson Wentz, in my opinion, will never play another down for them again either.
I like this right here. Super Alien here. Hey, wish this where it goes. One that sticks out to me is Sean Payton. Get him out of retirement. What do you think about Sean Payton?
I'll take Sean Payton over.
I would keep
Jim Caldwell away from the team again. We don't need that.
Yeah, no Jim Caldwell. I won't agree with that one, but no more Harbaugh. I mean, obviously, old quarterback. You know,
Harbaugh has a decent pro style offense. I don't like him in college.
He does. I mean, I liked him in San Francisco when he was there. Right? I mean, he went to the Super Bowl.
I don't mind him. I mean, he's
Sean Payton.
He's more. They're both more of dog mentality kind of guys. Harbaugh's OC went to Miami, and Miami obviously in college is tanking hard.
Yeah.
Just lost to Duke, which was cool. So I don't know what kind of system Harbaugh's running. They're winning. But yeah, I mean, let's get Sean Payton. However, Jim Irsay, Chris Ballard is a aggressive GM. He really is. Frank Wright is not an aggressive.
No aggression in the offseason. I mean, he's aggressive,
Dude, again,
in the draft. I mean, he's running deals. Obviously, the Carson Wentz is a fantastic
That's what I'm saying.
Statement of who he is as a GM. I totally get that. But when you have very critical pieces, offensive line, obviously you're getting rid of a lot of those starting pieces.
Line wasn't supposed to be this bad.
I know, but we got rid of Gronkowski or whatever. He went to New York. We lost not Braden Smith. Can't remember who else we lost. We lost both either left tackle and right tackle, right?
Sure. I mean,
blindside, done. Okay, now let's shift it around. You can't have Quentin Nelson manning the whole and Ryan Kelly, holding down the whole entire offensive line. I mean, I get it. You're paying them. You're expecting them to. But in terms of those critical, roles within the offense and defense, I mean, you got to fill those gaps as a GM.
Yeah. I just think if you bring on Sean Payton or Harbaugh, they don't match Chris Ballard's personality a lot better. Jim Irsay didn't give a shit.
We need some dog. We need some dog mentality. I mean, shit. Sean Payton was headhunting. Come on. He playing games. I mean, yeah, he got fined for it, but still.
Hey, bring in Coach O from Oregon, baby.
Who? Oregon?
I'm sorry, not Oregon. Coach O from LSU.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers. All right, so look, we got a super alien here blowing up the chat. Let's see it. So, what's stat line number for wins? Would Sam need to win? Eesh. You take that, Aiden. What do you think?
That plays into two. I mean, for example, look at Cooper Rush, right? I didn't think Dak Prescott deserved to start. To be honest, he didn't do that damn good anyway. But they paid him. And Jerry Jones, I like him as an owner, GM, whatever. He plays his dudes, and he pays his dudes, and he takes care of his dudes. We don't have that same mentality. Cooper Rush, Jimmy Garoppolo, the same type of situation when he was in New England, right? When you pay somebody, you kind of have to – otherwise, you've wasted an investment. You know what I mean? They did it with when Alex Smith got hurt. Kind of like the Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith situation too. Except Patrick Mahomes ended up winning that because Alex Smith was getting hurt. If we go – you can't answer that without knowing what Matt Ryan's going to do.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I think just if Sam brings leadership right, some dog mentality. You never know, man. Somebody gets hands this opportunity to start for a franchise. You never know what they're capable of.
I think the guy's like him because he's younger. Yes,
younger. But I'm thinking, if he wins five to 6 games, I mean, he at least deserves a shot to compete for the starting role. So what I'm thinking ultimately, we could potentially win 5-6 games with him. I mean, that's on a good season. But bring in a franchise guy. I hope we don't win that many games because of our pick, in the draft. But I'm telling you, bring in a franchise quarterback, draft that guy, and have Sam compete with him, and also have Ryan be in the backfield. I mean,
you look. Go look at all the college. Just go look at college quarterbacks, not the most popular ones.
I say big boys play on Sunday, and I stand with that. Baby boys play on Saturday.
You can't say go draft a franchise. You'll know who's playing on Sundays because not one of them is looking like an NFL star.
But then I say that, and obviously Andrew Luck is a one of a kind, but he came in and took us to the playoffs.
It was over 10 years ago.
I'm still smoking the dope, man. That's it. That is the guy.
Was good in '98 too, but here we are.
That's the guy, though. I'm telling you, man. But look, here you go. Say Matt Ryan hypothetically is retiring at the end of the season.
Sam Ehlinger, in order for Sam Ehlinger for them to buy into it, for the Colts to keep their head above water, he's going to have to win. I mean, we're going to have to make the playoffs this year, to be completely honest.
Yeah, we would have to make the playoff or at least a wild card run.
Well, we're going to have to make the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs, he's done. And if
Frank's done.
If we don't make the playoffs and we decide to stick with him, you can best believe that means the Colts are in a rebuilding phase for the next 5 years. Mm-hmm. If we keep Ehlinger as a starter and don't go after another person and we want to develop him, then 100% we're screwed for the next 3 to 5 years. So I think he'll do okay if he gets us to the playoffs in a smooth fashion, right? His confidence seems like it's getting better. Players
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for him. I think he's going to bring some energy, man. He's going to bring some, might bring some dog mentality to that offense.
I mean, 11,400 pass yards at Texas, and then 94 touchdowns, 27 interceptions. So,
I mean, look at that, man, right? You got $60 million in cap if he retires, right? And then from there, you're looking to trade a couple franchise players, and that's another thing I want to get into. If we clean house and we're kind of like, all right, let's get the biggest bang for our buck of what we have. Who would you name 2 people, offense or defense, who you would want to see go outside of Matt Ryan? I got 2.
I only know 3 people you have to keep. You have to keep Jonathan Taylor and Quentin Nelson and then Michael Pittman. You have to keep those 3.
Yep. Gotcha.
Other than that, you can clean house. It doesn't matter. I would dump off Shaq, to be honest with you. I'd get rid of Shaq Leonard.
Okay. We have to hire Frank. After we just paid him. That's bold.
I mean, take somebody with the same paycheck, call it even. You know what I mean? Take somebody.
I'm thinking Kenny Moore.
Okay, Kenny Moore last week had a damn big. He did not do bad last week.
Damn big game. But I get that. But we get some value out of him. We can get Stephon Gilmore. He's ready to win right now.
He's going to go.
That would suck. But he's going to go right. So you can get some more cap there. Who else? I mean, Shaq. That would be a lot. I think Okereke is going to go before Shaq.
I mean, Ngakoue, like all those people that have like on the 1 year or the 2 year option, like they're all going to go.
They're ready to win now.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to go regardless. But I'm saying if you want money and you want good value, Shaq is at his peak. He hasn't played a full season, but he produces. He's injured. He's like an Anthony Davis on the Lakers, right? When he's in, he'll crush, but he's going to be hurt every other third game now. I'm telling you, like, get him. If he goes on this trajectory of being hurt and playing, we're going to run into the issue of we just spent so much money on a guy who plays 8 games a year. So get him while he's still like, you know what I mean? Because some teams are like, hey, he can play 16. If he's too injury prone, we're not going to get shit for him in 2 years.
Yep, exactly.
Jonathan Taylor, obviously, you can keep it. You got to keep the workhorse.
You got to keep the workers, but we got to just build around. We got to build that linebacker. That should be priority number 1.
You don't build unless you're Derrick Henry. You do not build a team of. I mean, and I'm only saying Derrick Henry.
I'm not saying build a team around him. I'm saying just give him an offensive line to produce.
Yeah, or get a hell of a. I mean, our defense, Grover Stewart. We'll get in the recap in a second, but
Grover Stewart's a dog.
Yeah, I mean, or get a defense to where it don't matter what get a 2000s Ravens team. You know, Big Tony up front, Ray Lewis, you know what I mean? And get Trent Dilfer the quarterback. It don't matter.
Yeah. So. I mean, the defense is looking good, man. Defense is looking good. I mean, I like that. Let's you want to get into
let's go to the recap really quick for Titans.
All right. Let's see.
It'll be quick because we didn't do nothing impressive.
Yeah, nothing impressive. So let me pull it up here. I'm just going to pull up the ESPN here. Screw it. There we go. So, I mean, this is tough. This is a tough one. 3-3-1, 4-2 for the Titans, man. Leading the division.
We still have a shot. That's what's – and honestly, sucks that we have a shot because we can't.
Exactly. It's like, where are we at? That's typical Colts football. You just seem to always be in it still all season, and then your heart gets ripped out. It's like, I can't take it. You know, this Matt Ryan, 2 INTs, 1 TD, right? I mean, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, but the one thing that's concerning is obviously the 10 carries by Jonathan Taylor. You got to give him more, period.
What's that say, 17 total carries?
For who?
Total.
Total, yeah. Total. Matt Ryan with 1, too.
What's Derrick Henry got? 30?
Derrick Henry, 30. That's what you do. You do. But, I mean, if you can't get those 1 to 2 yards, you know, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, it's like.
You cannot. And this was the problem that we had when Peyton was playing quarterback. Yeah, we won regular season. Come playoff time when it got weather outside and he was in the dome. Even if you're getting 1 to 2 yards, you have to keep doing it. Just so they know that if they give up on that, you're going to break for 5 or 6, and it wears the defense down. We give up on the run so fast, man.
So because I think we're scarred. Man. Because Frank, he'll commit a whole half. And then get smoked.
Well, I'm just saying, scarred. The man had almost 2,000 yards last year.
I don't think JT's scarred. I think the play caller's scarred. I think he's like, my job is on the line. I got to switch something up, and I can't stick to what I've been doing.
Wouldn't that be crazy, though? Because last year when we threw the ball at Carson Wentz, we won on a roller coaster ride. But every time JT had a big game, we won. And so
every single time.
Frank Wright must be smoking the same dope you said you're smoking.
Yeah, but the thing is, JT had 5 TDs against the Bills last year. It's like, I mean, let's get back to what we know, right? And we said it last week with JDW Sports Talk on it. I had to run the damn ball hat on. We were ready to go. It's like 10 carries.
I wonder if the players are saying, like, screw it.
I think he's lost the locker room, but I think we both know that, right? Frank has lost the locker room.
I'll be interim coach. I don't know any plays. I don't know no calls, but I damn sure I can rile up 53 duck. Do locker.
I mean, but here you are. Hey, Tannehill, 132 yards, not really doing much, but he takes care of the ball and moves the ball up the field.
Their offense is simple. You run until he gets tired, and then you pass, and then you run until he gets tired again, and you pass.
Yeah.
It's Pittsburgh Steelers football all over again.
It's nuts, man. And, I mean, our wide receiver core looked good, 243 yards. I mean, Paris Campbell is kind of showing some light. I mean, You get some value out of him maybe this offseason as well. You know, it's like that could be something. But obviously, as you said earlier, we need to keep JT, we need to keep Pittman, and we need to keep Quentin Nelson. That's the key. So I don't know. I think Paris Campbell stepped up these past 2 weeks, which has been kind of a sign of hope a little bit. So, I mean, as much as we want to harp on this game here, we got bigger news to, kind of get to. So, I know your dog's barking. Let him bark. Let him eat.
What are you talking about, bro? We're good, man.
Look at this, man. This is who we got. This is who we got coming in, man. I mean, I'm hype on it for real.
I haven't heard bad things, but I don't know what they're getting. I mean, he's slanging in the preseason.
Slang it. 4 TDs, no interceptions. I mean, I'm telling you, it's gonna be interesting next week, honestly, or this Sunday.
Yeah.
Heineke versus over here St. Mellinger. So
battle of number 4s, baby.
Yep, exactly. I mean, I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm just excited for a spark. I'm excited to be interested in the game.
No, hold on.
I've been watching boring football is what I'm talking about. That's what we've been watching.
See, that's not – and that's something we can't fault Matt Ryan for, right? Because Matt Ryan can sling. The play calling is ABC play calling.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. A little bit of a dynamic guy. Maybe can run a little bit. He's not Mike Vick. I mean, he's not Lamar. He's not hauling ass around the field. But I'm telling you, he can bring a little bit of dynamic to the offense. A little bit more.
And he can. But to your point earlier, if he wants to keep his job, he has to play kiss. He might have to play kiss ass. Yeah, right? Because if they start saying, "Oh, you're the new QB1," and now you want to throw circus passes out there, what the hell are you doing, guy?
Yep.
Bench. You know what I mean? So he's gonna have to play like real good.
That's where I'm at, right? So Matt Ryan hurt. We bring in St. Mellinger, and we're saying he's gonna finish the rest of the season out. And you're telling me, say he starts shitting the bed, are they gonna bring Ryan back in?
No, you know what they do?
I don't think so.
Fitz magic, baby. And Ryan Fitzpatrick comes in, plays on his 32nd NFL team.
Shout out Super Alien, man. Thanks for joining the pod, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you get Ryan Fitzpatrick back in there, get him out of retirement, let the beard flow, and let him just throw 400 yards, let him ride a hot streak out. Call Phillip Rivers. I'm sure he could still play.
Yeah, and I saw a bunch of stuff today. It took Phillip Rivers for granted, man. We really did. As much as we hated him in San Diego.
We could have.
I mean, if he would have came back that year, Justin Fields, everybody's talking about that, but I don't know. I don't know how that
could be worse.
I mean, you're saying bad. Why? People are saying they want Justin Fields.
Colts fans?
Yeah. They're saying, I mean, if he's in the right system, he's not being used right in Chicago and blah, blah, blah. But, I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid. I'm not. I'm really not. I mean, for Justin.
Yeah, he's not in the right
beginning of the season, Justin Fields over Matt Ryan. Or what would you have taken? At the beginning of the season, we just don't know because we got anticipation. We're going to be the best running game. We're going to give him protection. But none of that's come to fruition, man.
If we knew we had this offensive line, Justin Fields all day long.
Mm-hmm.
If we knew that. However, I say that man couldn't throw a football into an ocean. I was being sarcastic. I'm not drinking none of his Kool-Aid. You want a running quarterback to come to the Colts who have never had a running quarterback in their entire life. That makes no sense at all. Now, if you get me and you on the front line, give me Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson. You give me those. You know what we need to do? We need to call Nick Saban, pay him some money, and say, hey, give me all of your offensive line in the NFL. Give me every single person. Tackle to tackle. I want all of your boys. Because those dudes are already the size of NFL players.
Yeah, they're going to be first round, second round draft picks. I'm with you, man. It's just all right. We've never had a rushing quarterback. You were talking before the pod came on. You were saying Lamar Jackson doesn't want to be in Baltimore and all this stuff. Yeah, we have not had a dynamic dual threat quarterback ever in the history of me watching the Colts, and I don't think ever history of the Colts franchise. But with this regime, okay, we're ready to clean house a little bit. Do we build for that? That's the way of the future in the NFL.
I mean, we got Naeem Hines, who could be Wildcat. We have JT Pittman.
Wildcat, JT Pittman. I'm just saying from an
Is that
offensive
Jim
line
Irsay-
standpoint and build that around him, give him some weapons.
Jim Irsay is one of those old owners with that their dad owns, like the Al Davises. Jerry Jones, very old. They have a tradition. Jerry Jones is one dude. He's pretty hip to the new style, right? He ain't scared to throw some money and win ball games.
Yeah,
Tradition is cool for him, but he don't give a shit. Jim Irsay is too. Again, he didn't like personalities, man. He didn't like stuff.
But also, Jim Irsay doesn't like to lose, and he doesn't like boring football. That's the thing. He wants to sell tickets. He wants to sell season tickets, man. He wants the Colts to win.
When you go to the Colts, when we go to the game, you'll see the environment he's built. The fans aren't mean, they're not rugged. Like, if you want some gritty personalities, then you're going to go to the Vegas, the Phillies, the Rams. You know what I mean? You're going to go to places where their fan base requires that, because that's how you keep your fans. And Jim Irsay knows our fan base isn't built off arrogance and egos and stuff like that. But we get another 4-win season, we're going to. You know what I mean? We're going to need an ego.
All I got to say is that not everybody's happy with what's going on right now. So, how bad could it get, right? So, it's like maybe it needs a new life, man. New rebirth. Let's go to that dog mentality. Let's get a ex-football player coach or Sean Payton that dude is, he's vocal. We know him on the sideline. He's vocal, right? So, if that's
crazy,
what it
Frank Reich don't ever yell. He don't ever
nothing. He's boring. It is literally boring to watch. Yasmin, wife. Okay, we watch a Colts game. They win 34 to whatever against the Jaguars. We then watch the Eagles game. She goes, wow, this team is fun. This team is fun to watch. And I was genuinely thinking the same thing. I'm like, you know what? Turns out we actually had that coach. And 3, turns out that they are fun to watch. And that's what I think that's – hold on. I'm not – I'll never give them anything more than that. Yeah. But I'm telling you, back to Jim Irsay. He wants to win, man. He wants to be a guy. He wants to have a winning franchise. And if it's saying, hey, Mr. Conservative fans, here's a guy that's going to talk shit on the sidelines, so be it. So be it, dude.
The Eagles didn't want Jalen Hurts, and he has shown to be better than they wanted to be.
Dog. Like, he has shown
But yes, it's just because, again, when you can't – it's the run. Now, again, come playoff time, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes will supersede all of them because – they have the arm and the IQ to throw the ball in the right place and not just give up.
And Josh Allen is the staple of developing a quarterback. You get him in, you work with him, you build around him, give him Stephon Diggs, give him some weapons, but still, he is a big boy, right? So the standard in the NFL, obviously, Mahomes and Josh Allen. It's where do the Colts fit in? Are we sticking with the pocket back in the 90s? Just a pocket passer. Let's do it. Mike Vick didn't show him in 04, 05, whenever he was here. They got to start drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit because we're seeing that it does work and it does bring excitement. So I'm all for it.
At least get the ability to do so, man.
And the games this week, pretty good. Besides the Colts one, it's pretty boring. Kind of a boring week, but all I'm excited about is that I've tied you now for the Stitch jersey.
Well, I remember what you picked, right? So let's go down the list, and I'll run through this for you because I remember the top of my head. I picked too damn emotional. All right, I got to stop.
You went Saints.
But it's boring if we just pick the same teams, right?
I agree.
So Cardinals. Andy Dalton. Why would I have thought that he's like 0-1,000 in primetime games, right? Hey, shout out Amazon.
Amazon had a good game, decent game.
Shout out to Amazon.
Yeah, more subscribers to Amazon.
Right. That Ravens game, again, they can't hold a lead. They can't build on a lead to save their life.
No.
They're the opposite of what every other team in the world is. They're a first half team.
First half. Yep.
Bengals, hell of a game. Joey
Skip
Burrow.
the Bucks, man. Bucks is.
Oh, sorry.
Bucks. Oh my God. Hey, Tom Brady is about at it. To be honest.
You know what's going to happen? It sucks is that he chose football over his wife, and now he sucks. And now he's not going to have a wife and football, and I'm going to have a margarita for
that. There you go.
Good.
Hey, shout out PJ. He looked good. He looked good at Charlotte.
Robbie Anderson ain't too happy, but I guess he got a win in Arizona anyway. He just barely played.
Win in Arizona, barely played, but hey, Burrow, ball.
Hey, they're looking like they're picking up some steam.
They might not have the Super Bowl hangover or whatever. They could win that division still, but I'll tell you what, that Jamar Chase is impressive to watch. I mean,
all three of them are. Boyd,
all
Higgins,
three.
Chase.
Yeah. I think Boyd had 100. I think Boyd had 150 yards before the second half.
And it's any one of them can get you 130.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
I'm not betting on Detroit unless they play the Texans anymore.
Yep.
Hey,
I will say this game was pretty impressive here. This came down to like 1 yard. The Jaguars game.
Yeah, I mean, Giants are slowly, so they're winning, but they're slipping. Winning.
They could start slipping. It's a long season, obviously, but I mean, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit. Saquon looks like a little rebirth. They look good. I like them.
Yeah.
And then we'll skip that one. We ain't got to talk about that no more.
Washington, dude. Washington.
Heineke.
Pulled it. Hey, those
shout out to you.
Those boys wanted him to start so bad this year. Chase Young, he's hurt again, isn't he? Is Chase Young hurt again?
He's been hurt. He's been hurt, I think, since week 1 or week 2.
Okay, yeah. They wanted him back the whole time, and he showed life. He showed what we're hoping that.
That's what I think Sam Ehlinger is going to do, man. I don't think he's going to be as dominant because obviously Heineke has playoff experience. He almost beat the Bucs the year they won the Super Bowl. And 2, he has some regular season. You know, he's got some experience in the regular season against 1. Sam's only played against 2 and 3s. I get it, but I like that. They're giving life to the Washington Commanders, man.
Mm-hmm.
Heineke, shout out to you. And poor Aaron Rodgers, man. He can't find life anywhere.
He needs a receiver. So how about Aaron Rodgers comes to us? We give that Matt Ryan. And then...
Oh, my God. I cannot take another one on the way out, man, to be honest. I'm ready for a young buck. I'm ready for a guy, young buck.
Bro, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a receiver that can catch the ball.
I know, but Aaron Rodgers also has a decent line there. I mean, come on.
But he can run.
Barely, until he gets popped once, you know. Zach Wilson. Dog.
They beat the Broncos. Let's skip that.
Broncos. Raiders doing all right.
Yeah.
Finally.
That Seattle game. Seattle's legit.
Gino. Legit.
I mean,
aren't they leading the division?
Steve Carroll is a legit coach, and he can build a legit team.
I hate him chewing his gum, but I'll tell you what, he can coach. He can coach a football team.
Love it, dude. You know what? He has camaraderie. Like, he's a player's coach right there.
Yeah.
His boys at USC love him, and at UFC being a pro-style offense transitioned perfectly over to Seattle.
I agree. Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, CMC's on the Niners now, baby.
I am surprised he started on a short week. I mean, I know he's a dog. I mean, you can just say, all right, power, draw, whatever it is. But, like, that's going to be exciting to watch. I mean, they got weapons. But the amount they gave for him, was it 4 picks? 3 of them in this year's draft. I think 1, 2, and 3 in this year's draft and 1 future.
Yeah, but when your team is bad, man, it's like it's a snowball effect, right? Chris McCaffrey's going to keep getting hurt. Everybody's like, put him on the Colts, right? It's just nothing's going to happen. Yeah, he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hit. He's going to get.
Well, I think Carolina came out positive in that transaction.
Yeah, I mean, I think they both turned out to be all right. I mean, the Niners just versus the Chiefs, like that's a hard dub to pull out at any week. You just versus the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are still shit hot.
Yep. Tua, he's back.
Not drinking that Kool-Aid. I think he's
not drinking the Kool-Aid.
But
Kenny Pickett. I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid as well. The double glove bandit. All right. And then there's your boy. I didn't watch this game at all last night. Did you watch it at all? I'm just curious.
No, but I heard Mac Jones got benched.
I was going to ask you that if you watched.
And that's what we need. Bill Belichick is like a Nick Saban. He don't give a shit.
Yeah,
you win that football game at all costs. And those boys were riding with Zappo lighters over there.
Zaps or whatever.
Yeah, and then Mac Jones came in stale, and Belichick said, "Get out of my game."
And do you think it was really just injury prone?
No,
I mean, because he had that ankle injury, or do you genuinely think they're like, this isn't the guy?
Not that this isn't the guy, but if it's hot, it's no different. And I've said this forever. San Fran wins that Super Bowl if Kaepernick doesn't play. Alex Smith was 8-1. They were 8-1. They had the best defense in the league. They were rolling. Kaepernick comes in, has a couple good games because he can run the football. He has his big stat line. And then come playoff time, nothing. Alex Jones was perfect for that system. Yeah, the same thing. Mac Jones is good.
Alex Smith.
Alex, oh, sorry. Alex,
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I
Alex
did that
Jones.
earlier too. I did it earlier too. Ain't nobody
Um,
tuned in live. We need to get people in here.
Ain't
But
nobody
no,
in
go
this.
ahead. No, we got none. We got none. But hey, we're still vibing, baby.
I mean, maybe he's young, right? So maybe his confidence is just shit to bed because they're like, hey, who's this third, fourth string quarterback about to take my spot?
Yep.
Again, it's no different than Saban in the championship game. Hey, sit Jalen Hurts, put him to a freshman in a championship game. This is how big his nuts were.
Yeah.
And so Bill Belichick's riding that way. And look, dude, they're winning. They were winning.
They were winning.
So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see who they start next week.
It's going to be interesting, right? I mean, is it going to be a QB battle mid-season? Like, that's obviously not ideal with the franchise, but I mean, we shall see. We shall see, man. It's going to be big time. So, all right, hey, we're tied. We are tied, right? So, do you want to get into week 8?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's see here. I've been using all the other stuff, man. I used to create my own. Now I'm like, this is easy, streamlined, bang, bang, bang. So Hayden and I are tied with our Stitch jersey competition here. So we can go. I think what we're gonna do next week is before we get on, we're gonna do our picks. We're gonna send them to each other, then we'll go through it just so we don't pick on top of each other, just to make sure it's legit. Because now we're back tied. All right. So you want to go one by one, left to right, or down, column?
We'll go left to right. I got Ravens. Right. Okay. I'm not worried about the spreads. It don't matter. I'm taking Ravens. I mean, let's just go over to the teams.
All right. I'll go with Ravens as well. Broncos, Jaguars in Jacksonville. I'm going Jacksonville.
Yep, I'll take that.
I know you're not drinking that Kool-Aid. This one's kind of tough here.
No, it's not.
Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys. You're going to ride the Bears off one game?
No, come on, man. I don't know. You never know, Spark, but I'm going Cowboys. Come on. See, I thought you were about to go Chicago. All right. Raiders Saints. I'm going Raiders.
Yep.
Who you got? Raiders?
Yep, locking in the Raiders.
All right. Falcons. PJ on the Carolina.
Falcons
all day. Carolina's just smart when you got a backup quarterback.
Hey, wait, is Mariota hurt?
Mariota's not hurt. No.
Okay.
I didn't see anything, but I'm saying when you got your third string PJ in there, and on Carolina when you got Sam Darnold out and Baker, it's like you can't drink that Kool-Aid. But he's kind of a dog, kind of a little bit of a dog. So we shall see. Kenny Pickett still not drinking it. I'm going Eagles. Do you think they're going to cover 10.5? I know you ain't doing spreads, but I got to do it while you're on the Eagles here. See if you can call that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to cover 10.5. I think they're going to absolutely dog the Steelers.
Nah, I think it'll be 10. I don't think it's going to be that half point's going to mess them up. I don't think they'll cover.
You and your Bovada bets, man. Got to get the half points. Buy the half point, you know? But, hey, you going
all right, hey, I said I wasn't going to do it. I'm doing it. I'm going with them, baby.
Oh, you're going with the Lions.
I'm going Lions.
I'm going Miami on that.
All right.
I got to go Miami, but they're in Detroit, so no telling.
This game is tough.
Very tough. Is Dalvin Cook back? That's the biggest factor
for your fantasy.
I know, man. Just let me have my glory, all right? All right, let's see.
I'm going Arizona, dude. I think Minnesota will probably pull it out, but I think Arizona has a damn good chance.
Yep, Dalvin Cook is not on the injury report.
Who you got? Minnesota?
I got Minnesota on this. They got a lot. Cornerbacks, linebackers out on the injury report for Cardinals. I'm going Minnesota.
Yeah, I got Arizona.
All right, let's go. New
York Football Jets, baby.
I like that. I can do that. I can definitely do that. And I'm not going to pick this one out of just bias, but obviously we want the Texans to win, but that ain't going to happen. So Titans, who you got? Titans. Fuck Titans.
This game. Seahawks are favored.
-3.
I'm going Giants, dude.
In Seattle, I'm gonna go Seahawks on this. I'm going Seahawks. At home with the Deion Branch lime green going crazy. I'm going Seahawks.
And you're going Colts.
Got to.
Dude, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you were right last week. I mean, but here, this is a jersey on the line. I ain't playing no games. Obviously, I want to pick the Colts. But that Heineke, man, he's impressive. He's got some games under his belt. I'm just either Sam Ellinger's gonna come out and drop an egg, or he's gonna come out and look like I don't know who. Heisman, MVP.
Yeah, we're gonna bet against the Colts because when we do, we win. So I'm going Washington.
I can't give you a game. I just got tired with you, man. But I can't not pick the Colts. I'm going Colts. Those are my guys. I'm riding. I got enough opposite games. I'm gonna build up on that. So I'm riding with my boys.
Hey, we ain't got as many as you think, bro. We only got 3.
2. Let's go. Hey, there's another one. Add it to the list, baby. Sam Ellinger or die. Let's go. Rebuild.
I got San Fran.
I'll go. I got San Fran in that. I mean, Bradford, man. Stafford. He's just.
Bradford has been there years, bro.
I know Bradford. Ooh, sheesh. Back in the day, Madden 08. He ain't been doing it for me, man. So I'll go San Fran on that. I'm definitely going Bills, and they're going to cover the 10.5. They're going to dog shit the Green Bay Packers. And then
I got Bills and I got Bengals.
I got Bengals. I like that, man. So it's going to be an interesting week. We shall see. I think, as you said, we both went Ravens, right? Yeah. You went Ravens?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be a good game, I think.
That's the Amazons?
That's Amazon. There might be a 10-10 game. Who knows? Who the hell knows, man? So that's the picks for the week, man. Hey, nobody really tuned in live besides a couple of my guys on the Twitter, man. But, hey, we did a live show. So till next time, maybe we can do a pre-show or post-show. I was out of town this weekend, so maybe Sunday we can talk about how Sam Ellinger put a smackdown on the Commanders. Let's go.
Or a goose egg.
Or a goose egg. So it depends on my mood, right? I won't go live. I'm feeling pain, but I think either way we got to tune in during a rebuild. So
yeah, I mean, I don't.
It's just hard.
This next week will dictate our whole future. Honest to God.
Yep.
If this dude just throws it to the
Curtis Painter. If he goes Curtis Painter, I don't know who my farm team is. I don't know who I'm gonna watch this season.
Bro, it's just that it's a confidence thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not his ability. It's just like last year he was a rookie, I believe, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so like maybe in Jalen Ramsey, the Rams won Super Bowl last year, like whatever. I don't know, man, but you can't come in here. I mean, again, but the Redskins got some steam.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. But I mean, we got our picks in. We're tied. We got one person in here. Not sure who. If you're in, comment who you are. We just got done with our picks and they're out. They're already out. So hey, it's a pleasure, man. Yeah. Until next time, thanks for tuning in, Colts Nation, and anybody else that joined. So episode 9 of the Toss and Horseshoes. We'll talk Sunday.
Later, dude.
All right, man.